Hello, this is Killican, and having regrettably spent most of my schooling in the DNC's indoctrination system we call public education, plus my college education, and the plethora of left-friendly media, I have come to the following conclusion. It's only bad when white people do it. I know what you're thinking. How dare you? The answer is, as easily as the left imagines that the recent gun rights protest in Richmond, Virginia was all Klansmen waving rebel flags, but doesn't even mention the Black Panthers being there. Do people honestly see a difference between chanting white power and chanting black power? Both insist on ethnic superiority and inferiority, both often involve hateful words and threats of violence, if not straight-up violence. Thankfully, the Black Panthers, like the rest of the protesters, were non-violent that day. But have we all forgotten those pictures of Panthers standing outside polling places with nightsticks threatening people not to vote Republican? Imagine if the KKK had done that. The media would have been all over them like white on rice and a glass of milk on a paper plate in a snowstorm. Yes, I did just quote Major Payne, and I refuse to apologize for it. So, deal with it. No one in the media or education ever seems to care when non-white people form racist militant groups, even in the past. Take the Chinese Righteous Harmony Fist Society, aka the Boxers, for example. Formed in the late 1890s, the Boxers were a cult of spiritual martial artists, known for hallucinogenic drugs and violent hatred of any and all things foreign, including native-born Chinese Christians who they viewed as traitors. In the summer of 1900, when their hatred boiled over into all-out war with everyone other than themselves, the Chinese Empress endorsed and joined them, and the result was a bloodbath. An alliance of 8 Western nations came together and trounced them within a year, but not before the Boxers went on a rampage, murdering hundreds of unarmed foreigners and tens of thousands of unarmed Chinese Christians. The best guesstimation of the death toll is somewhere north of 20,000, on account of the Boxers' capacity for death by dismemberment, beheading, and herding whole congregations into churches and setting them on fire. Some were even reported buried alive, so it was difficult back then to make an accurate count. And all done in the name of removing ethnic and cultural minorities to restore China to its imperial glory lost in the decades-long opium wars, economic crisis, and subjugation by foreign powers. Ironically, when worded like that, it makes them sound eerily similar to another radical racist ultranationalist faction that would rise to power somewhere in Central Europe decades later. A nation also defeated in war, trampled by foreign powers, amid economic crisis, and wanting to restore themselves to their former glory. What were they called again? The National Socialist something or other? All I can remember is their leader had a Charlie Chaplin mustache and an equally violent attitude towards ethnic and cultural undesirables. Yet, of course, the only lectures I ever got in high school or college about the Boxers was how evil and racist Westerners were for fighting them. Nor does anyone ever even compare the Boxers to the Nazis. Because, like I mentioned before, it's only bad when white people do it. Thank you all so much for watching. Peace out.